Part two. Okay, so yeah, the thoughts of just being scared. That's all what it was, just fear. Time went by. I got just an awakening. One day, called again, be like, hey, I want to proceed with my bariatric consults journey, whatever. They booked me right away. I made it to the appointment. I started seeing my PCP. I just kept praying. I also remember that in the whole oh, I was telling you about who I started following, just a little. When I started following my bariatric community in Facebook, that was the downfall because there were girls that had procedures in the hospital that I was about to get mine where I work, and theirs did not go well. Either they had an infection, they were admitted for more days, somewhere in ICU due to complications. So I was like, oh my God, like I just don't want to imagine me having a complication and like fighting for my life, feeling miserable. You can't get up. No one's there to help you. You had drainage is like, or wound bags, or because of complications, um, something went wrong, and some girl was like, this was like her third, fourth surgery. So I was terrified. So I really needed to just stop watching them too and stop following um, people or looking up the complications because that was just putting a lot of fear in me. Anyway, okay, so while we were doing everything and it was already time to get all the paperwork, everything out to insurance, and the only thing was insurance for it to be approved, and then we can schedule an actual surgery date. Um, I remember praying, praying, praying in that meantime, and then finally, someone called me from the clinic to tell me that insurance did not approve my um, procedure, my bariatric surgery. It's so funny because I remember that day. That day, I remember I was praying actually. I just felt like something like they're gonna call me. I don't know. I just felt something, and I remember getting a phone call and for them to tell me that I was not approved. It broke my heart, yes, but then at the same time, I'm like, okay, for a reason. We've been in this procedure. It's been a while. We've been praying, and I did tell God, like, if you're not with me, if you're not coming with me, if you're not gonna be part of this, and something is gonna go wrong, do not allow it. And I just accepted God's will, even though yeah, I'm a human. It made me feel sad, and I was just like, damn. Anyways, 2 3 days go by. I remember that call was a Monday. 2 days go by. It was a Wednesday, and I remember praying again in the same spot. And I get a phone call, and I'm praying, and I answered the phone call, and for the lady in the clinic to tell me, hey, it's the bariatric clinic, we just wanted to notify you that there was a mistake on Monday when we called you with another patient. Your procedure actually got approved. We were just confused with the patient. Girl, you cannot tell me that was God. God tests you. God puts you in situations to test your faith, but in order for you to grow, in order for you to be like, okay, Lord, I trust you, I accept your will. What are you gonna do in the situation, right? And sometimes He just wants us to outgrow the negative that we tend to do when we are in trouble, or we are feeling like we're not getting our way, or I can keep going, but I'm not here to preach, girl. Anyways, I was beyond happy when they scheduled my procedure. It was for May 29th. I remember I was expecting a procedure to be scheduled way out. They scheduled it right away. I was scheduled literally like maybe a month or two after that phone call. And I was like, oh my God, surgery is coming up. So that to me was already like, now it's just waiting for that day. I was gonna get calls to do the pre-op, like where they check with the EKG, your breathing, vitals. I don't know what else actually I got, but it's a pre-op appointment, and then you get to meet the surgeon, and he goes over everything, and then he just tells you, okay, I'll see you on the 29th this time. And my appointment was the earliest one. I think I was the first one for him. So I got there around 4 or 5 in the morning. and my procedure was right like an hour after. And I remember, um, so my surgery was May 29th of 2024, and I went on a retreat that month at the beginning of May, from May 2nd to May 4th, somewhere around there. May 2nd, May 4th. 3 days on a retreat. And I remember being so scared, and I just wanted reassurance from everyone else. And there's just this special woman that I just love, and I call her Mama. And she's not my biological mom, but I lean on her so much because she just has so much knowledge, beautiful, kind words. She really reflects the Lord. So she looks at me and she's like, everything has been approved, everything has been done in your favor. If I cannot give you that reassurance, you need to go to God and you need to tell him, como Jacob when he wrestled with God and he told him, I will not let you go until you bless me. It was constantly until I just remember telling God, okay, Lord, you know what? Yo necesito tu paz. Like, la paz que tú dices que sobrepasa todo entendimiento. If this is from you, I do not want to fear no more. I want to look at these coming days and weeks with excitement, with joy, and I do not want like fear anymore. Let me tell you, girls, that I was filled with joy and with peace. And I remember the day before bariatric surgery, I was so scared. Me and my husband prayed, and on the way to surgery, I was crying. Yes, humanly, you have that fear, but I remember the words and all the conversations with the Lord, and I had peace. I was okay. I was okay, even though there was that, little glimpse of fear. I was in peace and able to be like, I can do this. I can do this because the Lord comes with me. The Lord is with me.